guys, it's Lulu here, and I'm just jumping in to do a video. I kind of thought, okay, so this is the first day of spring. Yesterday we did last day of winter at the gardens, and today we're doing first day of spring. So I did get a little bit excited before because the sunshine was out, but that seems to have changed, and now it's freezing. And it's raining, so yeah. My plan was, because I got a some of you might know that for the past few years I've been receiving hand mudras from who I would call my galactic friends, a team of light beings that send through just supportive messages and guidance. So yeah, since the 28th, so since the new moon in Virgo, I've received 5. So this morning I got one more, so that makes it up to 5. And the message of this morning's one was that our current mission here right now is to stay in our heart space and welcome in the new lives that are coming in. So it's really important for us to be aware of that, because oh my gosh, Josie, don't pull me. Sorry, oh my gosh, she's just like going crazy and pulling me this way and that way. But that's kind of a reminder of what I was going to say actually is about. It's easy to lose focus on the light, basically, and holding space in your heart to welcome that in, because there is so much competing energies and also competing things for our attention. But if we can practice the focusing on the light, stay in alignment, stay in your heart space, which means not being in fear. Okay, this is closed. Wow, that's interesting. This facility has been closed in order to protect the health and well-being of our community. Something to do with this closure will remain in place until further notice. So inquiries, email, something to do with the marine. Oh, Josie. Yeah, everything's about our safety these days. So let's go for a walk, hey? Because I was going to. I've got some cards with me, so I've got my deck, which is the color codes for Ascension, and I've also got the Galactic cards. I think they're the 2 decks I bought because I wanted to get a message from our galactic friends. So let's go for a walk, and we'll try and find a spot where we can sit and I'll pull some cards. Josie, come on. Oi, oi, oi. So yeah, you get to go for a little bit of a walk along our coastline here. I'm in southwest Victoria. So yeah, it's interesting, I noticed when I always receive these hand mudras in the shower, and usually it's not anything I think about. I just notice that all of a sudden my hands are doing a shape. So I look at the shape and pay attention to it and ask what the message is and the meaning. And but this morning I noticed that I was thinking about something specific when that mudra came through. Which way are we going to go, Idris? Well, let's go this way. Oh, I have to wait for her. Hang on, let me put it on follow. There we go. So have to be, I think my camera just went out of balance. Hang on. There we go. We have to be patient and slow down when we need to. So the thing I was focusing on this morning, sorry, it's kind of hard to keep my concentration because she keeps stopping. There's so much here for her to smell. Other dogs, rabbits, etc. I haven't been here for ages actually. But the thing that I was really thinking of this morning when that hand mudra came through was about how we gather together for freedom rallies and how we're always kind of pointing out the current issues with the different institutions and what they're doing wrong, which is necessary on a level because we have to raise awareness about that, and somehow still so many people aren't aware of what's actually going on, and they're also not aware why. So say if I use the example of the Melbourne freedom rallies, a lot of people are not aware why we're we're there on the street. They look very puzzled, and these are people that live in Melbourne, so but you know, that's quite I don't even know the word. It's, well, yeah, it's weird because, oh, look out there, that rain, how dark it is. There's multiple reasons for that. So one reason is the type of media you're tuned into. So if you're only tuned into mainstream media, for the majority you're getting a false narrative, although they have had to tell some truths lately, but I think they get sort of missed because of the level of brainwashing that's occurred. So the other thing to consider is that there's such a diverse you know, multicultural community, especially at Melbourne and the bigger cities like that. How are they accessing alternative media if English isn't their first language? So in that sense they'll be getting translations from government propaganda. So that's another reason. But anyway, back to what I was thinking of was that yeah, I was thinking, like, what if we all got together, because there's so many of us, what if we use the rallies to start, instead of pointing out the problems and trying to demand things from people that, or institutions that are not going to change because they're still the old system. So they're built on a false structure which has to come undone and is in process of coming undone because they've all been exposed. And what about if we focused our attentions on what we're doing to create the new? So can you feel how different energy that is if we all that went there to share what the new world looks like, and to show what that looks like by bringing our gifts, by bringing our ideas, by bringing our intentions. We totally shift our, oh, it's gonna rain, I need to get under a tree because I don't want my camera to get wet. Come on, Jose. Yeah, it's a completely different energy, and we shift our focus and attention away from the old establishments and we focus on the new and building the new, because I was going to say obviously, but it's not obvious to a lot of people. It is to many of us, but it's not obvious to everyone. But we need to show and role model what the new world is going to look like, you know? Let's walk along these trees. When I was a little girl, I used to come down here at much different times, much freer times, but yeah, I used to come down here and climb these trees, and I love these trees so much. as a little girl. So yeah. Anyway, that was what I was thinking of when I got the hand mudra that came in about staying in our heart space. And yeah, it's basically being in the heart space and holding that space for the incoming lights, you know, like we're a welcoming committee. Because yeah, if you relate to starseeds and all that jazz, that's part of our role here, that's part of why we're here. We all have a different role to play, and none of them are right or wrong actually. So if we can step out of judgment about that and more into curiosity, it's also really good. Yeah, so this is the first day of spring and it's actually more winter than the last day of winter. Trying to hopefully keep feeling in my fingers. Oh, my friends, the crows. They've got something to say. Some cards, but there's where to do it. Oh my gosh, my fingertips are so cold. Things you do, hey? I think what I'll do is I'll pause this now and I'll walk back to the car and maybe I'll do a reading when I can be nice and warm. Because yeah, I need to be able to feel my fingertips. That's kind of important. So let me just take you out here for a minute and show you. Oh my gosh, the rain's getting heavier. I was always going to bring an umbrella. I had 2 umbrellas in the boot and I almost brought one and then I thought, no, I've got enough to carry with my bag, my camera and Josie in one hand. Can you imagine trying to balance an umbrella as well? Funny. Ouchie. Oh, my fingers are quite painful. It's kind of funny because when the sun was out I was thinking, oh, I'm going to take you guys down, go sit on the rocks right next to the ocean and we'll see the sun sparkling on the ocean. Okay, so that plan hasn't come to light, but the thing to remember about that is that we can hold that vision, okay? So that's the message there. Hold the vision of the light sparkling on the water, even when it does feel grey and gloomy. Because, and also too, that's why the crows came in as well, because it is about, come on Jess, it is about remembering your own magic within you. So, having said that, working with the elements. So we have we're going to have a lot of challenge with the elements during this month of September and probably ongoing. And that's a lot to do with weather manipulation. So a lot of you know about that. Maybe some of you don't. And if you don't, look into it because it's really important that we know about that. Yeah, because then we can sort of add our energy to the elements as well, and in a good way. So we have the malefic energies working here, but remember that too, we are working as part of the good energy as well. So that's important. Okay guys, I'm gonna pause it here so I can get back to the car and pull some cards. Okay.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, out, reach out, reach out, reach out to the sky. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
Oh, it's so muddy and slushy. How you going? That's good. Okay, nearly back to the car. Yeah, so sorry about some of these angles and the camera going every which way, trying not to slip on mud. Okay. And just up here is one of the whale lookouts because we're lucky enough to live in a place where the whales come every year and stay for a while, so there's lots of places along our coastline where you can view them, and this is one of them. I'll take you up there in a minute. There's the... Oh, I can't. Sorry, I was going to adjust my camera, but I can't because a certain little / big someone is pulling on the lead. Okay. So this is the viewing platform. They kind of made it in the shape of a whale as well. And things. So yeah, there's lots of beautiful wildlife and ocean life here. There's a lighthouse over there, one of the lighthouses in our town. There's the port. Not as many ships in at the moment. Okay, so let's go. Okay, this is what I was trying to show you before, but I couldn't because Josie was pulling. So that's the water tower. You can actually go in there as well, and at least I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I can't remember. But yeah, you can go up there and view as well. I don't know if I've ever been up there. I don't particularly want to. Yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there, is it? Let's go somewhere where we can read some cards and see what galactic guidance is going to come through. Oh, look at the little pig faces. Okay guys, so I actually had to come back to home to do the galactic reading because I couldn't do it in my car because I had Josie there and she heavy breathes louder than what I do when I'm walking, so that wouldn't have been much fun. So yeah, it's a little bit more cozier, a little bit more warmer here for me as well, so I've got the heater on next to me. So let's just see. I'm just going to ask for, you know, divine guidance to come through around what we've been talking about this morning, and also, you know, the hand mudra about staying in that heart space during, you know, this month of September. Let's just focus on that and we'll see what comes through. So I might use, like I said, I've got the Galactic Heritage cards. I've got my deck, Color Codes for Ascension. And also I'm going to, I may use the, I've got a few decks here, so I may grab some of them as well and to add to the message. So let's just see what comes through. And I hope you enjoyed the walk at the ocean. I haven't actually uploaded it or had a chance to put it on the computer, so hopefully it turns out okay. Okay, masculine principle, force of attraction. Interesting. Okay, let's, oh, and alchemy. Yes. Alchemy smack bang in the middle there. That's reminding me of the crow we saw again. And interesting. So underneath we had alienness. I've never got that card in this deck before. So non-humanoid, parallel. That's very interesting as an underlying energy because, well, we'll see what the other cards have to say. So masculine principle, liar of the past, alchemy. Well, let me show you the cards so you can see. Hopefully it'll focus. There, it's blurry. Yeah, masculine principle, alchemy, Asasani, parallel. So past, parallel, and then force of attraction, future. So with this deck I do usually look in the book, so let's do that so we can, you know, get a deeper message. Okay, so let's see. The ancient Lyran civilization is often described reflecting the masculine principle. As the civilization grew, it moved out into a galaxy, settling planets, sometimes engaging in war, and seeking ways to perpetuate the species. They were the builders, protectors, and architects of a society. Both masculine and feminine principles exist within everyone. It is important that they remain in balance. This card asks you to work with your inner male energy. Listen to what it has to say and embrace it. This will help heal an old karmic pattern from the days of ancient Lyra. So Lyra was the first civilization that expressed polarity, settling the template for our exploration and healing of polarity for millennia afterward. One way they expressed polarity was through their masculine focus on external reality and in their attempts to manipulate the physical reality according to their desires. Again, this could be positive or negative expression, depending on the intentions behind actions. If you have this card in your reading, it is asking you to look at your inner and outer male-female balance. If you see where there is imbalance, work to bring those energies back into alignment. You may be acting from an old template from an ancient Lyran time that is ready to transform. Keep in mind that this is also the card of the warrior. In ancient times, you most likely had a lot of experience as a warrior and may still have those qualities within your nature. Look at how those qualities can be used constructively instead of destructively. There are always times when the warrior energy is useful. Attaining the mastery of a true warrior, even a spiritual one, means understanding when to use that energy for the greater good. If you need inspiration about what this really means, look to the ancient text of Bhagavad Gita and the teachings given to the warrior, Arjuna, by the great being Krishna. So that's really interesting because, well, for one, it ties in a lot with what we were saying on our walk this morning, and also too, it really ties in with the hand mudras. So like I said earlier, it's on the walk, I've received 5 within a week hand mudras, and they have largely been about the masculine and feminine energy and the different roles that we're taking. Now the one that I got this morning about was kind of like this. I need to draw them out so people can see them. But in this one, it's like the masculine and the feminine within us, they're both balanced together, harmony. So this is almost looks like left and right hemisphere of the brain as well. Okay, so in my other mudras that I've got previously, they were, the masculine and the feminine were doing different roles. And you'll be able to see that maybe after I draw and paint out my hand mudras. I haven't quite got there yet, but I will get there. So that ties into that, and it also ties into, you know, a lot of us do carry that warrior energy, but how we're using it in this time is going to transform, and it needs to transform because that's how we're going to create the new world. We're not going to create the new world by doing the same things from the past. We have to bring in the new energy that's coming with upgrades as well. So this is where that alchemy comes in. Let's have a look at the alchemy card. Okay, so reality is created through our conscious and unconscious thoughts, emotions and intents. When they are aligned, we become the reality that we prefer, as long as we are following our excitement, which represents the natural flow of the universe. Yes, that's important, because at this time, it's not about doing things that we don't want to do, because that won't feel in alignment, and it won't spark up our energy of joy, which is the kind of energy this world needs, and it's the kind of energy we need as well. So the essential Asasani teaching is a process of alchemy, but it means that we must look at our self-sabotaging behaviors and confront our shadows. Knowing ourselves fully, only then can we come into full alignment with our true selves. This card means that it is time for you to take this step. Clean up unfinished business, be free, and embrace synchronicity. I'm not sure if you guys want me to keep reading the whole thing, the commentary. I guess I will. If you don't want to hear it, I guess you could skip over it, but maybe there's something in it for us. But that definitely so far links into this one too, of being who you are. Yeah, anyway, we'll get to that one in a minute. So the Sasani species of hybrid human and Zeta is considered to be a highly evolved species assisting Earth through its transition. Deep within the Sasani collective memory lie the healed lessons of the Zeta, Orion and human species. Because these lessons were fully integrated, the outcome of a species of pristine consciousness capable of non-polarized thought and a catalyzing energy that propels others forward into their own processes of integration. Alchemy is the process of using two seemingly opposite forces and bringing them together for profound transformation. Nearly magical in nature, yes. This card also connects to the past lessons from Orion that were successfully integrated. If you pull this card, its meaning can vary. A likely interpretation is that there has been or will be or needs to be a shift in your life circumstances that comes in an unexpected way. So that's what's going to happen now. You know, I think we are in a retrograde in Uranus, so that, you know, that is that energy of things coming around in a way that we didn't expect. Where were we up to? Our minds often think change is predictable and happens according to a linear model, A plus B equals C, but everything we experience is the result of an alchemical process, an energetic mix of our thoughts, belief patterns, emotions, and resistances, and so on. All of these variables create a powerful energetic soup that propels our trajectory. The SSSani are experts in harnessing these alchemical processes and shifting the trajectory toward awakening. Now it is essential to do the inner work necessary to understand the forces that affect how your reality is created. See yourself clearly, including your self-defeating habits and patterns, as a way to free yourself from limitation and illusion. Yeah, so that's that. I might see if I can move this forward and then I don't have to hold the cards up. Okay. Yeah, so you'll be able to feel into how that ties in, but it does link into that, what we were talking about on the walk with the personal magic. So here we've got the force of attraction 106. The natural, so that's this one. So the natural state of existence is balance. It takes more energy to sustain a state of balance than to surrender to balance. Balance is a state of integration where all parts of self are aligned and at one. The Orion light represents this integrated state. There is a force of attraction that guides us back to this state, and it can be felt on subtle levels. We can tune into this force when we are silent and empty. This card asks you to move to your next level of growth by emptying yourself often in meditation. Learn to feel this subtle force of attraction that guides you to a state of ultimate balance within you. So, you know, that does link in with this, what they were talking about, you know, the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And even with this alchemy card, you know, it's talking about facing our shadows. So doing the healing work, it always comes back to that as we go through our ascension process. Okay, so the last four cards of the deck access the energy called the Orion light, which connects to a very evolved era in Orion history. Since our natural state is as a unifying being, there are universal forces that pull us towards integration and awakening, no matter how much we resist. When we resist this natural flow, we sometimes create accidents or seemingly negative circumstances to force us to move into a direction we need to go for the highest good. When we relax and trust in the flow of the universe, we are intuitively pulled toward the choices and the circumstances that foster our evolution. Thus, we are also always nurtured by creation, even when it doesn't seem that way. If you pulled this card, it can have several meanings. It could mean that you have a good ability to follow this flow and to continue to trust it. Or it may mean that you are resisting this flow, and this resistance is creating an undesirable or painful circumstances in your life. If so, some serious inner work is needed to reconnect you with the wisdom of the universe universe that you don't feel capable of accessing. You must create inner stillness in order to sense this flow of energy that gently nudges you towards integration and transformation. The chaos of outer circumstances is just a reflection of inner chaos. Don't be distracted by the outer chaos if it manifests in your life. Go within and reconnect with this flow, the natural force of attraction that always nudges you towards awakening. So this is really important to remember as we go through this month. You know, we've been talking a lot about inner peace, how to find that amongst the chaos. So, you know, that's a massive heads up for what's coming this month, and how can we maintain our inner peace and stay in balance. And it's by doing, again, our healing work, facing our shadows and moving through them, using the practice of alchemy and your own magic to, you know, with divine support, to transform those things and move through them. So let's just go to this final one, and then I'm going to pull some cards where I'll just do a bit of an intuitive read to add to this. So that was alienness. So what I'm getting with that straight up is, you know, we've got to remember, there's multiple meanings to this right now, because it's got also to do with what's happening here on Earth around AI stuff and things that are not human. But there's also, it's that thing of remembering that there's the malefic energy and the good energy within all species, no matter who we're talking about it. So, you know, when we're talking about galactic, obviously there's beings of light, and there's also beings that don't work for the light. So that's one message that's coming through for that. And let's see what it says. Wow, it's right next to reptilian here too as well. So the energy of this card refers to the sense of alienness that many humans have that keeps them from feeling connected to life on the planet Earth. Many feel strange in their own skin, as if they came from somewhere else. You may indeed have a connection to non-human beings in the universe, but because you are human in this life, this card asks you to begin embracing your uniqueness and celebrate it rather than fear or being ashamed of it. If you need help, ask some loving non-human beings to assist you during meditation. Feel their alienness and open your heart to them anyway. You and they are one. So this is one of the deck's few archetypal cards that does not necessarily point to a specific species. I love this card already. But rather a state of consciousness that is affecting you now. In terms of our galactic family, it may symbolize a connection to any number of non-humanoid races with whom you may have connections. You may already know who they are. If you don't, it isn't so important that you do. There are a myriad of non-human species in creation. The main idea is to examine any feelings of alienness that you may have, of not belonging, of being different. Often this feeling keeps us disconnected from life, or gives us excuses not to engage in this reality. Again, look to the other cards in the spread and see if there are repeating themes. Is there someone in your life who seems alien or different? And are you having trouble embracing him or her? How can you engage with yourself more in life on Earth? How can you integrate feelings of being different and being part of a global or galactic community? Ultimately, our journey is about integration, and that means embracing all parts, even those that seem alien to us. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be different from all of us based on your experiences, and it is often a feeling that starseeds have as well, that, you know, or people that, you know, because we've come from such a place of love, that coming to Earth can be shocking to our system sometimes, and we can feel like we don't fit in. But staying connected with your light beings, your galactic family, can help you feel supported and like you do belong here on Earth. So let's just see. Let's pull a starseed card, and then I'll pull one of I'll pull one of mine first, and then we'll do a starseed card and wrap this up. So yeah, I'd be interested to know how you feel about the walk and talk, and if you have any insights you would like to share, please feel welcome. I do personal readings as well if anyone is interested. Just I knew we were going to get this card. This is the wish. This is perfect. 17. Wow, I'm going to read this to you. We may even end up wrap up this reading with this card, because I'm finding with my deck that it's really good and perfect for wrapping up readings. So we may end on this one. Okay, so this is relates to number 17 in the color mirror system. If you were looking at tarot, it would relate to the star card. Anyway, this is the message that I got from this bathing in this energy. This is the download that I got. So take a deep breath in, then exhale and release. This is the place and space where you open up to every possibility in your life. You know you have done the work, the spiritual work, to be open to receive all the splendor, all the wonder. It is all available to you. See, feel. Many have not yet opened up to this many have not yet opened to this wonder due to blocks and stuck energy that prevents flow and abundant living and mindset. It takes time for most to get to this place, to this feeling, but once you do, miracles and abundance are clear to you. So what is it you wish for? What do you dream? Is it for something magical, something mystical? You will find it in the in-between, in the spaces you can go if you follow the stream of sparkle dust flow. It's the four-leaf clover, the vesicus pisces, the triquetra, and all that's come before. It's understanding the divine sacred geometry that opens the doors. It's symbols and starlights, it's connection and moon. It's butterflies and unicorns that will guide you through. It's the eyes that are open and the hearts that are pure. It's from getting to the other side of what we've endured. It's deeply feeling and deeply knowing. It's about nurturing all of what you've been growing. It is taking notice of the holy and new. It's looking to the stars and what they bring through. It's trusting the expansion of your own life. It's bringing any situations that need healing to the light. It's bliss and it's body care. It's about being consciously aware. It's all that's around and all that abounds. It's knowing that you are totally connected. It's your soul happy on this path that you have perfected. It's knowing others from the blue, the galactic center. They care for you. They offer nurture from afar. Follow the silver thread to your home star. They have been watching closely, always remaining connected. In this new age of Aquarius, they are coming through as expected. Their love is as pure as part of the divine. They care for us. They care for us and embrace our planet. They are beyond still our full comprehension, but by breathing in we can feel the extension of the silver cord, the umbilical thread. We are cosmic weavers in this wonderful world. The gift we've been given is to see it unfurl. This physical existence is linked to the stars. Their placement in the cosmos reminds us of who we are. We are the magic, we are the love, we are the shining on through in the deep cosmic blue. The galactic center calls to us now to be open to receive the power of now. This is the paradox of the star we wish upon. It's gratitude for this present moment that helps us move on to the glorious progression of our earth-based life, where in the simplest of moments we find the true blessings of life. So yeah, I mean, that just fits in beautifully with the messages that were coming through. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this and got something out of our time together today. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon, and I look forward to sharing more with you of what I'm creating and what we're co-creating together as well, because it's all of us, it's not one of us. And like I said, if you do want a reading, you can, I'll put the description of where you can email me and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, have a good day and take good care. Talk to you soon. Bye.